Okay, hi. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to self-host ClassroomIO on your own servers. Now, for this launch today, I'm going to be showing you, so currently we have a guide that helps you to deploy ClassroomIO currently on Railway. So we already have a Railway template that can allow you to set up our backend and our dashboard, right? Because those are the major things that you need to deploy. The other thing you need is Superbase. But for Superbase, yeah, you have two options. You either self-host Superbase, that's also optional. There is a cool Docker guide to help you self-host it. Or you could use the Superbase Cloud. And we already have a documentation that helps you to actually set up Superbase Cloud. For this demo on how to self-host ClassroomIO, I have already gone through that guide, and I already have a Superbase project already up with the ClassroomIO data, like all our tables with row level security and everything all hooked up. Now, you would just need to follow this guide to help you. So basically what this guide does is it helps you to set up Superbase and then run all our migration files against your database, right? And that's when you get all of the tables and all the RLS policies and things like that. So you can set up authentication and so I've gone ahead and done that, but I'm not going to be doing that in this video. There is already a cool documentation, even with a video that you could follow to help you get that set up. Okay, good. Now that we have Superbase out of the way, I'm going to be showing you how to set up Apps Backend and Apps Dashboard. Basically, Apps Backend is basically for email sending and video uploads, while Dashboard is majorly the main application, so that's the administrator's dashboard and the student LMS, that's the student dashboard. That's within this project, right? And those are the two main things that you need to actually start using ClassroomIO to create courses. Now, we have this cool Railway template, which I'm going to show you. It is, so I'm just going to open it again so you see. I'll open this, and yeah, we have this template already set up with dashboard and backend. Just create an account with Railway, and you click deploy now, right? Once you click deploy now, it will ask you to configure each one of them by adding your environment variables. Now, many of these environment variables are not required. They are not required for the application to run successfully, but you could add them incrementally. So that means that if you don't have, for example, OpenAI API key, because we use that, for example, for like auto completion with, content generation within the lesson builder. So when you are like creating content for your course, right? We use AI and in a lot of places. So we use OpenAI for that. And you need an OpenAI key, but this isn't required to actually build the app. So if you don't have it, you could put anything here. Now for this case, I'll just be using hash, right? Now you could put hash here. App host, not required. Basically what this is if you're, with ClassroomIO, we have, for our main application, it goes to app.classroomio.com. So in this case, for our cloud version, we actually required using app host, but you don't need this. Unsplash API key also not required, just put hash. If you need Unsplash, you can just I think you can just easily Google how to get Unsplash API key, and that should work fine. Server URL, we don't have that yet, but this will still deploy. However, we would update this because the server URL is actually the URL from this deployed backend. So we'll get the URL after the backend deploys. We'll get the URL from there and then add it here. But for now, we'll just put it like this. We have to put hash right now because Railway requires it, and it's required for the template. So we'll just leave it like this. Now the Superbase URL, I'll be using the URL from this Superbase. And I already have everything copied here. So I'm just going to use this, copy the Superbase URL. Basically, you can get this from your settings. So if I go into this project and I go into database, and I go into, oh, actually not database. If I go into project settings, sorry, yeah, then you come here and you will be able to, okay, and then I come to database, yeah, or API, I guess, yeah, API. So the URL is from here. Basically, if you go through this documentation I mentioned earlier, it should be able to guide you through getting the environment variables, right? So it's actually project settings, API, and then you can copy the variables here. All right, in this case, I've already like put everything in the same file. Don't worry, I'm going to be deleting this project after this demo, so like no need to try it out. Anyways, okay, so I already click copy. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come back to Railway, paste this in my Superbase URL. Now, app subdomains, yeah, this is because we support subdomains within our ClassroomIO cloud, so you can skip this. IP registry, you can also skip this. Superbase anon key, you can copy that from here, anon key, paste this here. Now for service role, you can just click review and then copy, and then I'll just paste this here. Now this is good. I'll save config for dashboard. I'll come to configure for CIO backend. And now the main thing for the backend is basically two things: SMTP, like I said, for email sending, Cloudflare for video uploads, because we do video uploads on this backend. So, but again, you don't need to have this to set everything up at first. We also have a guide that's coming up to help you get this, like find where to get this environment variables. But for now, they are not required. Now for the SMTP, I use Zoho for mine, so like I've just replaced user and password. But you could use Gmail, your Gmail accounts, if you don't have two-step authentication, or as well, you can look at this cool like Superbase guide on like generating or getting SMTPs. You can use some of these services, resend or whatever, to set up yours. Basically, you just need four things. You need the host. Any of these services will give you this. But if you're using Gmail, you could just Google like SMTP for Gmail, and you get the host, the port. So I'll just copy that from here, 465, paste it here, come here. Basically, this is a fake user, and it really isn't required. You will definitely, like email sending will definitely fail because this user doesn't exist. But I'm just putting this anyway, so you know where to keep it. I'll paste. Okay, this is Sentry DNS, not required. This is for like tracing with Sentry. You can put the password here. For the Superbase URL, we use Superbase for like querying the database when it comes to like saving the video IDs and things like that. So we use that on this backend as well. I'll copy that from here, or you could copy that from Superbase directly. It doesn't really matter. Come back here. Let me close this. Okay, come back here, paste this here. All this can be placed with hashes just to like have something there. And then the Superbase anon key, I'll copy that from here because it's faster. Paste this, and then the access key for Cloudflare, again, not required. And then good. So we have both of them set up, and I'll click deploy. So the deploy would start, and we will come back once the deployment is done. And then I will show you a couple of things that you need to update. So for example, for the dashboard, if I come into the dashboard, there's something that Railway doesn't have right now. So in the templates, Railway didn't allow us to have custom build commands, which is required. So this will fail right now, but I'm just going to update this and say pnpm dashboard build. Basically, this is actually required because when we run start, it needs to find a node folder, sorry, a build folder, sorry. But I'm just going to like accept this, and I'm going to redeploy this, and yeah, this should not fail. All right, we're just going to wait. So I'll just deploy it, and then we're just going to wait for this. Okay, check back very soon. Okay, and we are back. So both of them are deployed successfully. Backend is up. If I click on backend, if I click on this URL, it should go to and says welcome to ClassroomIO. That's good. If I come to, so now what you would do is you would take this URL. This is that server URL, if you remember I mentioned earlier. If I come to dashboard and come to variables and come to raw editor, that variable should be, so in server URL it should be somewhere here, right? Update variables. Now I won't deploy it so like it doesn't take a lot of time again, but let me show you, let me give you a workaround. So if I open this and I click on this, this should open pretty fine. Good. So that means that your deployment went well. That's amazing. Now I want to show you that the request should be going to Supabase. Now if I say sign up because you don't have an account, I would say this should be, let's say, best at ClassroomIO.com. I'll put a password, super long password, powerful. Yeah, they should match. I'll click create account. Now this would sign up to Supabase. You see, this is the Supabase URL that we put here. It's asking for our full name. Full name is Self-Hosting Genius. And my organization is, let's call my organization Learn, or like developer training, right? Let's say I teach developers, right? The name of my organization is Developer Trainings. If we continue, that also makes requests to Supabase. Everything is being stored in your backend. Just fill this, select English, continue. Yeah, good, and we're in. Now let me show you that everything went to Supabase. If I come to tables and I come filter by profile, and I come to profile, you see that there is a new user. I had one before, and this is the self-hosting genius, right? Now it says like verification not sent. Sorry, like it sent verification, it's waiting. So basically, right, this is supposed to talk to our backend to send you an email, which we don't have, like we don't set up a proper SMTP. So what you could just do is just come into your profile here and come to is email verified, and just change this to true, and just set this to time now. That's all, right? If I reload this page, yeah, and you're in. That's amazing. So like you're currently in your self-hosted ClassroomIO. You can create courses. I say I create my first course. This is self-paced. I say this is my, let's say, introduction to HTML, CSS, short introduction to HTML, CSS. So you could use this to generate the description if you added your API key for OpenAI, the OpenAI API key. But we didn't add that, so there's no need. It will just break. So yeah, I will click on finish. That would again send that into Supabase. So introduction to HTML, CSS. If I clear this out and then I come to course, you see there is a new course here, introduction to HTML, CSS, right? Yeah, that's it. Basically, you can start tweaking this. Obviously, you should. So next steps would be probably you should fork the repo if you want to like make other changes. Um, that you come here and then you like edit this, and then you can like use your forked version of like ClassroomIO and yeah, go from there. Uh, that's it for this video. I hope this was very helpful. If there's any question, please leave it in the comments or let me know on X. I'm rotimi_best. Cheers for now. Thank you.